We have a war still raging in Ukraine. Hostages are being held by Hamas. Gazans are starving. Crime, inflation, immigration. But for the loudmouths on the far left and the far right, the real story is that there's nothing too trivial to scream from the mountaintop. Case in point, Cracker Barrel. The company changed its iconic logo, then under pressure changed it back after social media went wild and the stock tanked. Yeah, a logo change sparked outrage so loud the company didn't just lose money, it lost its nerve. Even President Trump waded in. Cracker Barrel should go back to the old logo, admit a mistake based on customer response. The ultimate poll. Make Cracker Barrel a winner again. Close quotes. Within days, they did exactly that. The headlines shouted it out. Cracker Barrel sees the light.
I have seen the light!
After Trump pressure, Cracker Barrel scraps new logo design. And from the president himself again, congratulations, Cracker Barrel, on changing your logo back to what it was. Woohoo! We can all sleep again at night. So what the hell happened at Cracker Barrel? Well, Cracker Barrel unveiled a new logo. A clean yellow hexagon with text, and killed off the old guy leaning on a barrel. Well, people couldn't take it. They lost their minds.
Have you lost your damn mind?
Have you lost your mind?
Have you lost your mind?
Conservatives blasted it as woke erasure, saying the company was deleting tradition. Some cried about it on TikTok.
Cracker Barrel, y'all need to put Paw and this barrel back in that logo because y'all got the people mad in the uproar.
You know, as someone who's against cancel culture, I'm done with Cracker Barrel. You done pissed me off now.
Y'all messing up Cracker Barrel. Nobody asked for this, man. That's one place you could leave it just like it is.
The old logo wasn't just a picture. It was tied to road trips with mom and dad, to memories of pancakes and rocking chairs. And when you take that away, it feels personal. By the end of the week, memes, jokes, reactions were everywhere. Now, Florida Congressman Byron Donalds weighed in, saying, "I even gave my life to Christ in their parking lot." Well, I get that. It meant something to him. But after shares tanked more than 14%, Cracker Barrel buckled. I actually saw an interview with the CEO.
What if all the customers are coming at you hard enough about the look of the restaurant and they want to go back to the old way? Would you do it?
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of my life focused on deception detection. I'm watching her and I'm thinking, I don't know what she's talking about, but I don't believe a word she's saying.
I think what's important is that we are listening to our guests. We're doing this all for them. All the things that make Cracker Barrel, the vintage decor, it's still there and it's working. The results affirm that we're headed in the right direction.
It didn't make any sense at all. And sure enough, Cracker Barrel just buckled under the pressure. So the old-timer wasn't just saved, he was resurrected. He's back on the barrel, back in business. The turnaround wasn't random. Within 24 hours of reverting back, the stock jumped 6%. By the next morning, it was up another 4%. Trump said the chain had scored $1 billion worth of free publicity. Think about that. A national restaurant chain reversed a multi-million-dollar rebrand, not because of research, not because of sales data, but because of TikToks, memes, and a true social post. We've seen this movie before. Bud Light learned they had made a big mistake when they teamed up with Dylan Mulvaney. A boycott slashed sales 30% and cost the company billions. Target put up pride displays and the company lost $10 billion in value almost overnight. And most recently, Sydney Sweeney's jeans had people's bloomers in a real bunch. At this point, we don't even have culture wars. We've got wardrobe wars and logo wars. Why do we act like logos and jeans are life or death? I'll tell you why. Because far too many people get so up in arms and outrage has become the main event.
Now it's time for the main event, young folks.
People like to jump on a bandwagon, and I'm not sure how many of them are real people and how many of them are bots. How many of them are just fake accounts that get a zeitgeist going and then it triggers real people. But we've built lives so empty we fill them with fake battles over fonts, food, cartoon mascots. I would really be interested in how many people that weighed in on this controversy have been to a Cracker Barrel in the last 10 years. I know I haven't. I have nothing against them. I just haven't had occasion to be in a Cracker Barrel, and I bet you most of the people that got so exercised about it haven't even been in one. But if your life is full with purpose and real relationships, I don't know, actual goals, involvement with your children, maybe you don't have the time to pick fights with a pancake house. Outrage is what you binge on when you ain't got anything else to do. Now, maybe it really means something to you. I don't know. But this isn't really about beer cans or barrels. Isn't it about us and what we choose to put at the center of our lives, what we choose to get outraged about, what we choose to invest our time and energy in? If your life is rich and you're focused on things that really matter, I'm guessing you're not going to get worked up over logos, spokespeople, or blue jeans. Why? Because you're busy doing things that matter in your life. You're too busy living. A logo change sparked outrage so loud the company didn't just lose money, it lost its nerve. And maybe they were wrong. If I had to vote on the two logos, I would pick the one that had history and logo. I didn't see anything evil about it. I thought the other one was boring. Whoever paid them to do that, a 5-year-old could have done that. I don't know. I thought it was crummy. But I didn't feel the need to go crazy over it. We've reached a point where people, they're looking for a cause, I guess. They're looking for a bandwagon to jump on. And it really begs this question. If you're getting all jacked up over stuff that doesn't matter, shouldn't you ask yourself the question about why you've got so much free time? Does it define you? Here's the real story. A full life doesn't have room for shallow outrage. Make a list of 5 things that are more important than the Cracker Barrel logo and ask yourself, seriously, ask yourself why you didn't get so upset, exercised, or outraged over those 5 things during the days that you were typing out messages about the Cracker Barrel logo. If you were doing it for fun, fine. Do it for fun. But if you were really bent out of shape over that and not over something that really mattered, ask yourself why. And let me know what your answer was. So that means it's not a rhetorical question. Ask yourself what was more important than the Cracker Barrel logo that you didn't react to, and then answer the question, why? And I'd love to hear your answer, because that is the real story. Wherever you're getting the real story, make sure you subscribe and follow. I'll see you tomorrow. You've heard me say it before. Real change starts with real understanding, and that's why I've had Dr. Daniel Amen on my show many times over the years. At Amen Clinics, they do something different. They look at your brain. With nearly 300,000 brain scans from patients in over 155 countries, they take the guesswork out of mental health care. Anxiety, depression, trauma, memory issues. If you're struggling, it's time for answers. Call 866-580-6569 or go to amenclinics.com/Dr. Phil and take the first step. Call 866 888-580-6569 or go to amenclinics.com/Dr. Phil.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience and their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's Libsyn, ads.com today,